Good morning, everyone. I spoke with Connor from Priority Bicycle yesterday, and I wanted to share the answers I got from him. First of all, I think I heard probably two big messages from Connor. So the first one is, and they are related to your question. So the first one is they want to double the size of their sales in this fiscal year. So that's the main goal, ultimate goal for them. And the other thing that I heard is they are focused on lifestyle. So it is also relevant to your questions on who's your main target market. And he talked about how they segment. And the prior document that I sent you a couple days ago identified or listed the segments that they have. If you look at that document, you will see that they have weekend warriors, commuters, playful parents, and forever young. And even the names give away that they are specific to lifestyles, so their approach in marketing was based on those. So far, what you figured in class is mass marketing is not a successful way to get your brand or the product out there, but to be an option or alternative for consumers to buy yours, you need to speak to them. So they are trying to reach these individuals through their lifestyle. So that's the main focus for the company in marketing. One thing that he told me is they would like to expand the weekend warrior segment. It seems he sounded like Forever Young is the largest segment for them right now, but they want to expand the weekend warriors. And knowing what you do know right now through the first 3 weeks, 3 modules, you know that they are trying to reach these individuals at an earlier age and keep them or have them become loyal customers of the company, even though they have stable, durable bikes that they claim. So if you buy one, it's not likely that you will come back and buy another one for yourself, but you can buy for your child or children or your partner, spouse, your friends or relatives, and you can refer people. So that's what they're looking for. Let me try to give you a little bit more specific information. One of the biggest problems they have is the awareness. He said that we have difficulty with awareness, but it is, you also know this information without him saying, because due to the search that you have done on the company, some of you asked when we Google the company or when we Google certain vocabulary to find different bikes and brands, we don't find Priority Bicycle. So that was one question from a group showing or pinpointing the difficulty of finding this brand. In him or Connor saying we have an awareness problem, they go hand in hand. So you identified the issue yourself ahead of time. Coming to that point and following in that idea, when I asked, yes, that was a question from the students, and we searched through the name of Priority Bicycle, so we were able to find information about you. But if we go ahead and search bicycles as through the certain key vocabulary, we can find you. His response to that comment was they use AdWords, they use target searches, so they try to identify the key vocabularies people use in searching bicycles, and they try to attract or buy those vocabulary and attach it to their brand search. However, it doesn't seem to be very successful so far. He also talked about instead of using the features of the bicycle or as keyword, they are focusing on benefit-driven or benefit-driven vocabulary, and they are trying to educate the individuals and convert them to the users. It seemed like they don't have a large budget for marketing, so they have a PR team, but they are not big on giving ads on magazines. If you look at the document again I sent you will see some of the names of the magazines that they had ads at a prior time, but instead of going that route very often, I believe it is due to the cost of it, they try to find individuals in locations and use them to market to their people in their own circle. Let me give you an example. So he heavily spoke about an individual, a street artist in Phoenix. And so this individual has a blog, and they gave this individual a bicycle. This person commutes through the bicycle, with the bicycle on a daily basis, and he's on the street most of the time working on his street art. So looking and thinking about the lifestyle, he attracts similar like-minded individuals to his environment, and they talk about the bicycle. So I guess he also kept a blog, some information in his blog about the bicycle. And so within the last 2 months, they sold 100 bicycles in Phoenix area. So he shared this idea or story as a success story for them, and you can see that they actually have not spent much on this type of advertisement. It was done organically by using an individual who could be influential in her area and circle. When you come to the social media module, you will see that we have a similar idea in social media. Individuals with large following and who are engaged in keeping people interacting with them on social media are called influencers. So it is the very similar idea in a real physical setting, that they find these individuals with the lifestyle and use them to market their own product. On an additional note, he said they want to reach out to people in their early 30s with an active, vibrant lifestyle. So they want these individuals, and they want to somehow record the lifestyle of these individuals, and it doesn't have to be specific to one location to increase the sales in that location, but they want to find people who could be key or demonstrating the key lifestyle that they are trying to tap in, and share those individual stories elsewhere to catch the similar people with a similar lifestyle. So that was one idea that he was heavily stuck on. So this spoke to me as they're not looking into making mainstream advertisements, but rather they're trying to do this organically and grow it in its own way through the relationships and communication within similar lifestyle clusters. And then he talked about adding context to content. Simply the information I shared about the Phoenix and individual in the Phoenix was adding the content in a context area, but they also want to target active areas in the US with dense populations where biking will make sense. The temperature is apparently a key factor in this, and they are thinking that their bicycles are suitable to ride 2 to 5 miles a day or one direction. So these are not built in a way that they will be driven or ridden. They won't be ridden for an extended mile a day. So that's not the purpose of the bicycle. And for that reason, he said, for example, if we try to put a fleet service in an urban area where you need to bike extended miles one way or throughout the day, our bicycles need to be built in a different way. So he was talking that their bicycles won't be an appropriate fit for that type of a purpose. I also mentioned or asked your question about social media and saying you are on Facebook and it seems like you are active and making comments or posts regularly, but there are not many likes or following, or there's almost no engagement, and they seem to be interested in hearing or receiving a social media plan, and which is embedded in your marketing plan anyway, so they are going to be interested in looking in how you would be using that. Similar to the blogger idea that they have done, I think social media could be pushed in that direction real quick or easy without much effort. When it comes to your questions about would they be interested in creating different products, the answer was yes. And he in fact said that in the next coming year they will have 3 new products, but at the same time they don't want to steer away from their current products. And he talked about having competitors, but he believes in the product. It's really easy to feel from his talk. He said, but we have the best product. He kept repeating, we have the best product. And when I talked about the limitations in the colors and such, he said there are stylish bikes similar in the idea of ours, but they are targeting 14 to 17-year-olds, and our bicycles are used by 18 to 80-year-old individuals. So he was saying, yes, there is a market, but it's not what we're going for, but they will bring in some new products within the next year. But they want to focus on people in early 30s with an active lifestyle. That was the key. And so in their marketing paperwork, the PDF document that I sent you, they are classified as the weekend warriors. And if you look at the lifestyle description in the segment, it is individuals between 24 and 45 years old who drive their bicycles to yoga, cafe, and beach. So this clearly gives you an impression of they are not all 24 to 45-year-olds, but they pursue certain lifestyles. So that's the main topic that we kept coming back throughout the conversation. Coming to your price point questions, when I asked your price point is relatively higher when compared with Schwinn or other type of bicycles where you can buy bicycles below 300 levels, and yours is about $400. He said, again, the response was, but we have the best bikes. He kept talking about their product worth the $400 mark, and he also said students, this product could be a little on the higher end for students, so that's why they were mostly trying to reach out to the young professionals who can afford the bicycle a little better or easier. And he also said, when it comes to the delivery and distribution questions that you had, one group asked about why aren't they in Amazon Prime, or why aren't they using some other outlets to sell their products. It seems like they have no intention of being in big box stores, because it will also add more to the price of the bicycle. So he said by selling themselves, they are keeping the price at the wholesale price. So that was the main idea for them. And I also asked if they could honor a large order quickly, and he said if you order 500 bikes today, I can send it tomorrow. So it didn't seem like they have an issue with that. And he actually said that that's what we want. Coming to Amazon Prime, he said it's not as simple as you think. It is about pricing and product strategy. As you can imagine, if you give it to Amazon to sell it, and then you have to give some percentage of your revenue or profit based on how you make the arrangement. He said that it is more than you can think of right now, and it is something that they might look into in the future, but again, that will impact the price of the bicycle. So they are looking at where do we want to place our product in the marketplace in comparison with the price of the other similar products, and if giving it to retail stores will not make any sense, they won't. He also talked about not opening stores but having pop-up stores in different locations. I think this could be attached to having a partnership in an event where you can have a pop-up store where they can do test rides and those things that I'm sure you all can incorporate one way or the other to your marketing plan. Lastly, if I have another comment, let me look through my notes that I took as we spoke. He said that there are competition in the market, but again, he was talking, some of them have really cool bicycles, but we're not trying to be cool, we want to be the best. And he kept saying they have colors, they have different features, but they are heavier bicycles. We are targeting in a different way. And all he kept saying was we are low maintenance, we make bicycle ride simple, and their tagline is ride priority. So they're trying to keep everything simple and clean, and they want lifestyle and grow through that way through sales. So that's all I got from them. If you have any questions that I can answer, please feel free to email. Going back to my comment to everyone after the discussion post on segmentations and what you found out, I told you to do something different, but my goal with that statement wasn't you cannot target weekend warriors, you cannot target commuters. What I was saying, if they are doing something in New York specifically for commuters, you can't repeat the same idea. You need to bring in something new. Clearly they are a very new company and they are not doing a whole lot of marketing, so there is so much room for you to play with. Just don't use the same universities, for example, they're focusing on. Bring in something different and try to focus on how you can tap into the lifestyle they're looking for. Think about the individuals who like to ride their bicycles to and from work, and also having a lifestyle of riding your bicycle around the town during weekend. Those individuals have a different mindset. So those are some of the things that I will leave you with as keywords, and please reach out with any questions. Have a wonderful weekend.